the proposal, is the next proposed Canadian Securities Act within the legislative authority of the Parliament of Canada.
The proposed act will be the foundation for a Canadian securities regulator that will provide better and more consistent protection for investors from Victoria to Iqaluit to St. John's. It will provide for improved regulatory and criminal enforcement to more effectively fight securities-related crime. Those who commit securities fraud will face a tougher, more comprehensive regime, no more falling through the cracks. The proposed act would bring offenses for securities fraud, market manipulation, prohibited insider trading, and misrepresentation from the Criminal Code to the new Securities Act, and these offenses would apply nationally in all provinces and territories, including those that do not participate in the Canadian Securities Regulator. There are also new investigation tools provided for in the Act. These will support the stability of the Canadian financial system. The Act will bring simpler processes for businesses, resulting in lower costs for investors. Canadians quite rightly expect improved regulation of capital markets, and this government agrees. That is why a Canadian securities regulator has been a key commitment in every budget of our government that we have tabled, all 5 budgets. And it is why we have been working with the provinces and territories, leading the call for a more efficient and streamlined securities regulatory system. In February 2008, I established the Expert Panel on Securities Regulation, chaired by the Honourable Tom Hockin. In its final report, the panel noted, and I quote, "While the terminology has differed over the years, single, common, Canadian, national, or federal, the conclusion of virtually every study has been the same. Canadians are ill-served by such a balkanized system. It is worth noting that Canada is the only developed country without a national securities regulator," unquote. Now, last July 2009, we announced the Canadian Securities Transition Office with a mandate to lead and manage the transition to a Canadian securities regulator, including the drafting of the proposed act. I would like to thank the transition offices, especially the leadership of the office, its chair, Doug Heinemann, Vice Chair Brian Davies, and the Executive Vice President and Senior Policy Advisor Larry Ritchie for their hard work over many months. This has included drafting a new Securities Act, working with provinces and territories, and chairing the advisory committee of the 10 participating provinces and territories, which have agreed to work with us on this initiative. I would also like to thank these provinces and territories for their invaluable input and suggestions. I've asked the Transition Office to take the lead in delivering a comprehensive transition plan this summer and to begin drafting the regulations and rules of practice that are to accompany the proposed Securities Act. There's still much to be done, so I've asked them to continue to work during the time the reference is before the Supreme Court. Local offices and staffing are areas of particular interest to all jurisdictions. To be effective, the new regulator will require the support and expertise of the best talent from Canada's financial markets. Current staff in the provinces and territories will therefore be offered jobs with the new regulator. Local offices will remain in place. We will work hard to ensure that local offices have the authority they need to make the regulatory decisions they should. This is in keeping with the proposed act, which describes an organization with comprehensive national standards made up of strong local offices with both an understanding of regional economies and the confidence of local businesses. Let me also restate our government's commitment to working collaboratively with willing provinces and territories. I invite all of our provincial partners to join in this initiative. Recent years have demonstrated the resiliency of the Canadian economy. Our response to the global economic crisis is working, and our financial system has been widely recognized as the world's strongest. Today, we take an important step toward addressing a key gap in our system and to making our securities regulation, like our financial system, an example to the rest of the world. Thank you.